Belial does not always arrive as a monster. Sometimes he comes dressed like prestige, favor, and polished power. This scroll pulls back the velvet curtain on false authority, soul-selling ambition, and the ancient test of what happens when power offers you a throne before you have mastered yourself. Not every crown is a blessing. Some are bait. The darkest thrones are often the prettiest, and the most dangerous voices rarely shout. They flatter, reward, and make corruption feel elegant. True power is not in being above all law. True power is being so anchored in truth that no title, favor, or applause can buy your soul. A sacred ruler governs self first.
Universal currency receipt, architect musician 3611027. The graceful whisperer, Devalan seal.
Scroll of Belial, the crown that refuses the yoke. Before Belial became a crowned king in grimoires, the word Belial in older Hebrew usage pointed more toward worthlessness, lawlessness, or moral corruption than a single horned individual with a resume. In the Hebrew Bible, phrases like sons of Belial meant corrupt or lawless people. Later Jewish and Christian tradition hardened that force into a named adversary. By the Dead Sea Scrolls, Belial is no longer just a trait in rotten people. He becomes a cosmic opponent, tied to the sons of darkness and the army of Belial, a figure associated with enmity, darkness, and guilt. In the New Testament, Paul uses Belial in 2 Corinthians 6:15 as the dark opposite in a moral contrast. Then the grimoire tradition puts a crown on the thing. In the Lesser Key of Solomon, Belial appears as the 68th spirit, a mighty king, described as appearing in a chariot of fire, speaking with a fair voice, and dealing in presentations, senatorships, favor, rank, and influence. That is the old warning hidden in velvet. Corruption rarely arrives looking ugly. It arrives polished, articulate, and dressed like legitimacy. So the real lesson of Belial is not just evil spirit. That is the kindergarten version. The deeper current is this. Belial is power without inner law, the throne without the spine, charm without conscience, status without soul. Belial is what happens when a being, a ruler, a priest, a system, or a family wants the appearance of authority without the burden of truth, discipline, and sacred restraint. That is why this current keeps showing up around courts, titles, offices, and influence. Not because crowns are evil, but because crowns expose people. Give somebody power and you find out whether they were building a temple or a stage set. Belial's whisper is not always loud. Sometimes it sounds like, I deserve the seat. I do not need the law. I am above correction. If I look righteous, that is enough. And there the trap snaps shut. Because the deepest bondage is not chains on the wrists. It is the delusion that freedom means having no higher order inside you. That is Belial's crooked gospel. Be unyoked, but in the worst sense. Not free in spirit, unruled in character. Do not only watch for tyrants who snarl. Watch for the beautiful liar with the calm voice. Watch for the polished fraud. Watch for the one who can hand out favors, titles, access, and applause. Watch for the soul that wants reverence but hates accountability. And on the personal level, Belial is the test of your own throne. Can you hold power without becoming drunk on it? Can you gain influence without selling your center? Can you be seen, favored, elevated, and still stay clean in your motives? That is the whole fire right there. Because Belial in the symbolic reading is not just an outside spirit in old books. He is the pressure that asks every person, when power finally knocks, will you serve truth or will you serve yourself? A crown is safest on the head of the one who can still kneel before truth. Receipts, Hebrew root and early usage. Britannica and Bible reference materials trace Belial back to a Hebrew term for worthlessness or lawlessness, including phrases like sons of Belial. Second Temple and Dead Sea Scrolls development. The War Scroll tradition presents the army of Belial and the struggle between the sons of light and sons of darkness. New Testament appearance. 2 Corinthians 6 verse 15 uses Belial in direct opposition to Christ. Goetia placement. The Lesser Key of Solomon lists Belial as Spirit 68, a king associated with rank, favor, and dignities. Next in order after Belial is Decarabia.
Channeled by your architect musician 3611027 palms of eyes. Your golden whisperer, sea star, Devalan see all. Apply the news you can use, truth and accuracy. The real non-bedazzled jewels.
You don't even have to say nothing. I already know. I know.
To our beautiful collective, from our day ones to every new soul joining this journey, we love and appreciate you deeply. You've turned this space into so much more than a community. You've made it a family. Thank you, truly. Your presence, your energy, and even the smallest acts of kindness have the power to shift the compass for many in ways unseen but deeply felt. Here's to each of you, all new and the many more to come. We're just getting started, and we're so grateful you're here with us. With love and infinite appreciation from the collective of Shaman Ahll.